Hi, are you ready to dive into this year? Now that you've had a taste of the IIN experience and what we're all about, we have some tips to help make sure you leave this program feeling successful. As you move through the course, it's important to honor what works best for you. That said, we have 5 tips that will help you along the way. We want you to offer yourself the same thing you would offer a client. Just like you'll hold space and provide tools to support a client's transformation, this course holds space and offers tools to support your transformation, whatever that looks like for you. Let's dive into this with the first tip. Number 1, practice unconditional presence. Practicing unconditional presence means accepting who you are and your bio-individual learning process. It means observing emotions, thoughts, and reactions to what you learn without judgment. It means allowing yourself as much time as you need to absorb information and get what you want out of it. It means listening to and honoring your needs and creating space for this course in ways that work for you. This includes creating a supportive study space, both physically and mentally. You can set up a consistent space or several options. For example, a room in your home and a local coffee shop, where you can be fully present with the course. Practicing unconditional presence also means trusting the process. This is a common phrase in the coaching world, and it's one you'll be very familiar with soon if you're not already. Trusting the process means slowing down, letting go of expectations, and remaining open to the experience. It means recognizing that you might not know what the endpoint is, and that it doesn't really matter. It's more about the journey. We realize that no matter how excited you are about this course, you likely have a lot going on outside of it. Practicing unconditional presence can help you manage overwhelm. Practicing unconditional presence also helps set you up for the rest of our tips. Number 2, adopt a beginner's mind. We're going to spend a little time with this idea as it's a key part of the IIN learning experience. Adopting a beginner's mind means being curious and willing to change the way you think about something. It means questioning assumptions, biases, and beliefs. Have you ever been in a class or at an event and found yourself tuning out or getting frustrated because you already knew everything about the topic? Our brains like to take the easiest route. Why waste time focusing on what we already know? Well, because if we pay attention, we will probably engage with the material differently than we did last time. We also might notice something new. Have you ever walked down a street you've walked down a million times and simply looked up for the first time? You might have seen rooftop gardens you didn't know existed, or fruit hanging from trees. Maybe you took time to really study the details of a building. Looking at things with a different perspective allows us to notice new elements. We're all constantly changing and continually acquiring new information. The beauty of being re-exposed to an idea is that we gain new perspectives, and we can assimilate them into what we already know. Repeated exposure to an idea allows you to understand it in different ways and from deeper levels. Think about learning a new skill. It takes time to really get how to do it. Learning how to do it multiple times helps you consider different ways of approaching it. The same goes for learning information. Circling back multiple times helps you look at the information from different angles and make connections that you might not have seen the first time around. Throughout the process, your brain makes new connections as well. This is the cornerstone of acquiring wisdom, which is why you'll see that we frequently return to the same concepts throughout the course. It takes time for your brain to assimilate information and experiences, and it takes time to develop insights. Wisdom is achieved when all of these things take root. So, yes, you might already be familiar with some topics included in the curriculum. But here's the thing. We want you to think about them differently. Allow yourself to explore judgment-free and recognize that it's perfectly okay and often beneficial to change your mind. You may find that your goals, beliefs, and approaches shift as you evolve. It's part of the continual growing process. Think critically about what's true for you, while accepting that your truth may be radically different than what's true for others. We're all individuals, and that means that we're all coming from different places. You'll also see that we present multiple perspectives throughout the course. This is because we want to encourage your ability to hold space for ideas that seem to contradict each other. This can be quite challenging, and there are biological reasons why. You see, your brain is primed to protect you by avoiding stressful situations. So, for example, if something goes against what you believe, you might feel threatened by it. Your brain also wants to take the easiest, most efficient route. So, if it has to juggle two ideas that seem to oppose one another, it's going to figure out how to get rid of one of those ideas in order to move forward. We get it. Not having a clear answer can create anxiety. However, we also want you to recognize that it's not only okay, it's important to hold two ideas that seem to conflict with one another. Because when it comes to health, especially with nutrition, there's no one clear answer. We're all bio-individuals. We have unique needs, and we're continually changing. What works for one person may not work for another. Therefore, being able to hold different ideas helps us learn and grow. We also present multiple perspectives because we want you to be comfortable with ambiguity. Respecting different theories and different qualities in yourself, like recognizing that a behavior can be health-promoting on one hand and go against personal values or preferences on the other hand, helps you bring this awareness to people you coach. After all, there's no one right way. It's about meeting people where they are and honoring where you are. Sometimes it's not about finding a middle ground or even compromising. It's about widening your perspective and considering the bigger picture in order to hold multiple ideas. This brings us to the next tip. Number 3, focus on the big picture. Here at IIN, we approach health holistically, as a mind, body, emotion, and even soul experience. We take a whole person view. Why? Because when it comes to health, the sum is greater than the parts. It's important for you to think about the health coach training program this way. You're not expected to know everything, and you don't have to remember everything. We simply want you to focus on larger themes and make broad connections. One recurring theme you'll see in the course is going back to basics. For example, eating more whole foods and creating more space for movement, rather than getting caught up in the detailed nuances of diet and lifestyle. Whether you're working on your own health or supporting others with their health, you'll find that focusing on simple basics can work wonders. Keep returning to the bigger picture and notice overall patterns rather than getting stuck in the details. This is what health coaches do, and this will help you navigate the curriculum. View the content as a whole and take a step back when you find yourself getting caught up in the details. Constructing bottom lines for yourself is great practice for doing the same for clients. Number 4, take the lead. One thing that makes this course so unique is that we not only present a wide array of content, we then ask you to apply that content in the moment. The Health Coach Training Program is an experiential course. You will continually practice what you learn. IIN is self-led. We're empowering you to find your own path, not only in terms of your health, but in terms of how you spread the ripple effect. It's up to you to figure out how to integrate what you learn into your life and the lives of those you support. IIN is unlike other health coach training programs because we expose you to so many ideas. We do that because we want to inspire you to research and explore more on your own. This program is self-directed. It's kind of like a choose-your-own adventure. Again, there's no one right path. There's only the path that you want to create for yourself. Finally, IIN is community-based. Take every opportunity to connect with the IIN community. It's up to you to take what we offer and run with it. For example, you could start your own Facebook group for health coaches in your area, or join networking groups of IIN alumni. We also offer live events that we highly encourage you to attend. Here's what one of our graduates had to say about this.
We're not alone, that we have a huge community here, and there's people that are supporting the movement. And I think it's huge to be part of the live weekends, because it brings you back to the excitement that it's a community that's ready to make a difference.
Our students often say that joining such a passionate and supportive community is one of their favorite parts of the course. We are a tribe of like-minded people, so share your voice. The more you practice getting out there and empowering yourself, the stronger your foundation for helping others do the same. Number 5, honor the process of transformation. Many people come to IIN wanting to learn about nutrition and health coaching, and they likely carry many health beliefs with them. Along the way, many students experience their own personal health transformations, as well as, or even instead of, professional transformation. That's normal. It's up to you where you want to invest your energy. It's also important to trust the process, respect your bio-individuality, and empower yourself. Transformation is about the journey, not the destination. It's about releasing perfectionism, taking small, consistent steps, and building awareness and self-trust. This is what leads to sustainable overall wellness. Here are some thoughts from an IIN graduate on this.
Being in the moment and being okay with that, not every day is going to be perfect, and it's progress over perfection. It's another thing that I just practice every day now, and just accepting that, not every day I'm going to be able to meditate or exercise or eat kale, but you know what? Progressively, it's going to make a really big change for me over the course of a lifetime. So that's implementing or giving different habits to myself to every day to continuously. It's big.
Again, the most valuable practice you can adopt is trying it. Experiment. Try different approaches and strategies, and adapt based on what works and doesn't work for you. Okay, let's review these 5 tips. Practice unconditional presence. Adopt a beginner's mind. Focus on the big picture. Take the lead, and honor the process of transformation. The most important thing to remember is that you're here for a reason, and that reason was meaningful enough to motivate your commitment. These tips will simply provide more fuel throughout your learning journey. Let's hear from one more IIN graduate.
There's so many things I want to say. The movement itself, the health coaching movement, is just so important for the world, for everyone. No matter where you come from in the world, it's so important for people to get back to basics, get back to grandma's way of cooking and living, and just being a powerful force and speaking for people who don't have a voice.
Whether or not you want to pursue health coaching, you will leave this program a health coach because you had plenty of opportunities to practice a self-coaching mindset. Take opportunities to explore your bio-individual needs and tap into your innate body wisdom. After all, you are your first client. You're entering an experiential learning experience. You'll practice applying holistic wellness strategies to yourself so that, if you choose, you can support others from a more grounded place. Self-growth requires self-support. Okay, how are you feeling? Do you feel like you can be successful in this course? Well, We know you'll be successful, and we're here to support you along the way.